The world leader, our port is the greenest port in the world.
One of the great joys of my life has been growing up here in Long Beach, both for elementary, junior high school, Long Beach Poly. I think I'm in that neighborhood right now, although the Rios knew wasn't around when I was in high school. Cal State Long Beach, and I think growing up in the city, coming to love this city for everything that it stands for, we would all be better off and all be lucky enough to have a city councilman like James in our district. And hopefully we can help him get there for the 7th District. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I did want to introduce one person tonight who is going to be talking just before James, and that's Senator Alan Lowenthal, sitting right in the middle here. Senator, if you could join us real quick and say a few kind words.
Well, thank you. Campaigns and kickoffs for campaigns are really momentous events because everybody is here because we believe in James and we want James to win. So this is really about the beginning of a relationship. I can tell you that I first met James when I was running for my first re-election to the State Assembly. I think it was in the year 2000, and it was a big campaign. I had won the election earlier by barely squeaking in, and everybody thought that maybe I might win or lose. And we put together, it still is now, to me, almost like family, a group, a team, and James was a major part of it. I didn't know this guy, but he was out there working, and he would talk to me about what it meant for governance and what do you do and how do you represent people, and he was just wonderful. He was just great. So over the years, we won that election, and over the years, I've stayed really close to James. And I think Long Beach is so lucky to have the next, this room, part of the next generation of leadership. It's about time, maybe not it's about time, it's the right time to turn over leadership to the next generation, and James is the right person in the next generation. He has integrity, he's a mensch, he's a good guy, he tries to listen, he tries to take it all in, he has great kind of understanding of the needs of community, he bleeds Long Beach. It's just great. He bleeds the 7th District. It's just great for the city. I'm really pleased to be here and support the next city council member from the 7th District, James Johnson.
Thanks, Alan. It means so much to have the endorsement of Senator Alan Lowenthal. I'm going to take this away so I don't run into it. Gotta keep workers' comp costs low in these campaigns. But let me just tell you, I'll tell you about that a little bit more about that campaign. I just graduated from college, and I was going to go to law school a little bit later on. I said, I want to come back to my community, do some good work down here. Someone said, you need to go talk to this guy, Alan Lowenthal. You need to get involved in this campaign. And I talked to Alan, and back then it was a different day, although we're fighting some of the same fights. And one of those fights was air quality in Long Beach. I think we all know that's still a very real issue for West Long Beach and for much of Long Beach. And Alan said, look at these big piles of coke dust, James. This is petroleum dust blowing into town, not covered. And all you needed to do was basically cover them up with a little tent, relatively inexpensive. And think of how much, what kind of quality of life you're going to preserve. Get that coke dust from coming into kids' lungs, coming into senior citizens' lungs, stopping the levels of lung cancer and asthma that was causing. Alan caused that change. Today, when I go out there, I always see those big tents, and I remember the difference one person can make. And I really appreciate Alan's endorsement. And I tell you, he didn't do it alone. He was a leader, but he was smart enough and great enough to get together a big old team, so I was a small part of. But it meant so much to me to be working towards environmental justice, and that's what I really recognize for Alan Lowenthal. So I'll give him a round of applause.